Her wondered if it's worth more than just 1 cent? Well, if you're holding a 1951 wheat penny, you might be surprised. Behind this humble coin lies a fascinating journey through post-war America, steel presses, copper shortages, and minting, quirks that collectors hunt for even today. In this video, we're diving deep into the 1951 Liberty Wheat Penny. Its hidden history, the U.S. mints that struck it, its condition-based value, and why it still holds a special place in numismatic circles. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just curious about what's hiding in your change jar, this is one penny you'll want to know everything about. History and context. The 1951 wheat penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, was part of a coin series first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin famously features Lincoln's bust on the obverse and 2 wheat ears flanking the words 1 cent on the reverse, a design in use until 1958. By 1951, America was deep into the post-WPI recovery era. The U.S. economy was booming, the Cold War was heating up, and coins were being struck in large quantities to meet increasing demand from a growing population and economy. The wheat penny was a workhorse of American commerce. But the 1951 issue has more to tell than just economic growth. It reflects mid-century minting practices and regional coin production as well. Geography of mint locations. 4 variants. In 1951, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln wheat pennies at 4 different facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and unusually, some errors or anomalies related to restrikes or restrikes with altered dies have been found, often confused with mint errors, but from manipulated dies in secondary markets. The standard mint marks include 1951, no mint mark, struck in Philadelphia, the original U.S. Mint. Over 284 million of these were minted, making them quite common, but uncirculated examples with deep red luster are still highly desirable. 1951D, minted in Denver, Colorado, with over 625 million pieces struck. This is by far the most common 1951 penny, and often appears in circulated condition, though red MS-65 examples are popular at auctions. 1951S, coming from San Francisco, this mint struck just under 136 million coins. While still not rare in circulated grades, the San Francisco Mint had slightly different striking characteristics, sometimes producing weaker strikes that affect collectability. 1951 Proof Coin, Philadelphia. Though no official mint mark, the Philadelphia Mint also struck around 57,500 proof pennies in 1951. These proof coins were specially made for collectors, using polished dies and planchets for exceptional detail and finish. Circulation versus uncirculated condition. In circulation, most 1951. Wheat pennies show considerable wear, soft rims, smooth high points on Lincoln's hair and jawline, and darkened or brown toning. These are typically worth between 3 and 10 cents depending on condition and mint mark. However, uncirculated coins, especially those graded MS-63 and higher, command significantly higher prices. A 1951D or 1951S in red uncirculated condition, RD, can fetch $5 to $20. A Philadelphia-struck 1951 wheat penny graded MS-67 plus red can go for over $150, while proof examples in pristine PR-66 plus red condition have been auctioned for over $400. The color grade, brown, BN, red-brown, RB, or red, RD, heavily influences value in uncirculated coins. Rare errors and collectible variants. Though the 1951 wheat penny isn't generally considered a key date, several error types have been documented that make them extremely collectible. These include off-center strikes, double dies, especially DDOs on the obverse, and BIE errors, tiny die breaks between the B and E of Liberty, creating what looks like an I. Another popular variety is the repunched mint mark, RPM, found in some Denver and San Francisco issues. Collectors love these minting quirks, and high-grade error coins can sell for hundreds or even thousands depending on rarity and eye appeal. Minting process and composition details. The 1951 wheat penny retained the classic pre-war composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. By 1951, Mints were recovering from the zinc-coated steel cents of 1943 and had returned to stable copper-based alloys. The mints used high-speed presses, and quality control was increasingly mechanized, but inconsistencies still occurred, especially with plancher preparation and die fatigue. These imperfections are the backbone of the error coin market today. For collectors, the 1951 wheat penny offers both an affordable entry point and an opportunity to search for hidden gems. While common in low grades, sharp-eyed collectors cannot find rare varieties or high-grade examples in rolls, estate collections, or forgotten coin jars. Always verify authenticity and condition through reputable dealers or third-party graders like PCGS or NGC. Market demand for wheat pennies remains strong due to their historical appeal and accessible pricing. A complete mint mark set, including Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and a proof, makes for a beautiful, educational collector's goal. So next time you find a 1951 wheat penny in your pocket or in a collection, don't dismiss it. There's more to this coin than meets the eye, from its journey through 4 mints to its colorful copper tones and fascinating error stories. Whether circulated or uncirculated, it tells a tale of American industry, history, and hidden value. If you've got one of these coins, drop a comment below and let us know where it came from. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world of valuable coins. Until next time, keep collecting and keep your eyes on your change. Would you like this script converted into a teleprompter friend? Haran, just 1 cent? The 1956 Liberty Wheat Penny is one of those coins that might just turn your pocket change into a collector's dream. With a fascinating backstory tied to post-war America, multiple mint locations, and valuable uncirculated examples, this tiny coin carries a rich legacy. Let's dive deep into the 1956 wheat penny, its full history, mint details, geography, circulation mysteries, and what makes some versions worth hundreds today. The 1956 wheat penny was minted during President Dwight D. Eisenhower's administration, a time of American optimism, Cold War tensions, and economic growth. It was one of the last issues of the beloved wheat ear reverse design, which had graced the back of Lincoln cents since 1909, in honor of the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1956, the Lincoln cent was not just currency, it was a patriotic symbol, circulating in the hands of a booming post-World War II generation. This penny was struck during a period when America was heavily industrialized, and coin production was at full speed to meet rising economic demand. But what makes 1956 truly special is what lies behind the mints and the conditions under which these coins survived. Section 2. Mint Marks and Geographical Production, 1 to 31-30. There were 2 major mints that produced the 1956 wheat penny. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Over 420 million coins were struck here. These coins carry no mint mark, as was standard for Philadelphia at the time. Despite the large numbers, high-grade uncirculated examples are far less common. Denver Mint Mar produced 1,098 201,100 pennies. Yes, over 1 billion coins. These have a clear D mint mark under the date. Denver coins were well struck. Overall, and mint state examples from Denver are easier to find but still prized in top condition. Interestingly, there are no known San Francisco issues for 1956, as that mint ceased regular cent production in 1955. This makes the Denver and Philadelphia coins the only 2 geographical sources for 1956 wheat cents. In total, nearly 1.5 billion wheat pennies were minted in 1956, making it one of the most heavily struck years in the entire wheat series. These coins were used in daily commerce for decades, from soda machines to lunch counters, and most show heavy signs of wear today. Yet collectors have discovered that not all 1956 pennies are created equal. Some rare varieties and mint errors from 1956 are shockingly valuable. 1956 DD-RPM, repunched mint mark. A clear doubling of the D mint mark. Some in high grade can fetch $50 150 plus. 1956 double die obverse, DDO. Although scarce, any doubling in the lettering or date can skyrocket value. Circulated examples are usually worth 2 to 10 cents, depending on condition. Uncirculated, MS-65 red versions can bring in $10–30. while high-end MS-67 specimens can cross the $200 mark, especially with full luster and perfect strike. Uncirculated 1956 wheat pennies are sought after for their bright red copper color, which fades quickly in circulation. In numismatics, color matters. Red RD designations fetch the highest values, followed by red-brown RB, and finally brown BN. Grading is key. MS60 to MS63, good for starters but lower in value. MS64 to MS66, preferred by most collectors. MS67 RD or higher, exceptionally rare and valuable, often slabbed by PCGS or NGC. Also, full strike examples, with sharp wheat stalks and defined Lincoln details, are highly prized. These coins can still be found in old coin jars, estate sales, and bankrolls. So, if you come across a shiny 1956 penny with a strong D or perfect surfaces, don't ignore it. Scarce in daily circulation, 1956 coins, especially in higher grades, are steadily rising in demand. If you're collecting, look for untoned red specimens with no spots or scratches. Consider searching for the DD repunched mint mark varieties. Use a magnifier or loupe to examine date and mint marks carefully. Store uncirculated coins in protective holders or slabs. Many collectors also aim to complete a full wheat penny year set, and 1956 is one of the more accessible but essential keys to this timeline. Even though it's not as rare as the 1909 SVDB or 1914D, its availability in high grade makes it a must-have for serious Lincoln cent collectors. So next time you're going through old coins or pocket change, keep an eye out for the 1956 Liberty Wheat Penny. Here's a complete in-depth script tailored for your YouTube video about the 1946 Liberty Wheat Penny, covering historical background, mint locations, circulation and uncirculated values, and collector insights, all in at least 3 long sections, for a 3 to 5 minute video segment. Title: 1946 Wheat Penny, the post-war copper coin that could be worth a fortune. The intro: powerful hook, 00030. What if that old wheat penny in your drawer was actually a window into post-war America, and maybe even worth far more than 1 cent? The 1946 Liberty Wheat Penny isn't just a common copper coin. It's a survivor of a pivotal moment in history. And while billions were minted, rare uncirculated examples and hidden mint errors can make this coin extremely valuable today. Let's unlock the fascinating story of the 1946 wheat penny, its full history, geographical mint spread, collector's value, and more. Section 1. Historical and Geographical Context. 031-1145. The year 1946 was monumental for the United States. The Second World War had just ended, and America was transitioning from a wartime economy to a peacetime boom. Factories that once produced military equipment were now making consumer goods, and the U.S. Mint returned to full civilian coin production, including the Lincoln Wheat Penny, the Lincoln Wheat Cent, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse, had been in circulation since 1909. It symbolized both national unity and economic stability, especially important in the aftermath of global conflict. In 1946, 3 U.S. mints struck wheat pennies. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Denver Mint, marked D3. San Francisco Mint, marked S. These geographical locations ensured widespread circulation across every American state and military base, both at home and overseas. Each mint contributed to a different part of the national supply, and each variation now holds different values among collectors. Section 2. Mintage numbers, mint marks and circulation. 146-3. Let's look at how many 1946 wheat pennies were produced at each mint. Philadelphia Mint, mintage, 991,655,000. No mint mark beneath the date. This was nearly 1 billion coins, making it one of the largest mintages of any wheat penny year. Denver Mint, D mint mark. Mintage, $315,690,000. These coins are common but can be highly collectible in red uncirculated condition. San Francisco Mint, S mint mark. Mintage, $198,100,000. These coins are the least common of the 3, making high-grade examples from San Francisco more desirable to collectors. Despite their high numbers, most 1946 pennies were used in everyday circulation, buying candy, newspapers, and bus fare. These coins stayed in pockets, tills, and jars for decades, and most examples today are worn brown or damaged from decades of handling. However, there's a major twist. Mint condition examples, especially with full red color, can be surprisingly valuable. Section 3. Uncirculated conditions, value and collecting tips. 301430. Coin grading plays a huge role in determining the value of any 1946 wheat penny. Circulated, brown, BN. Typically worth 2 to 10 cents, depending on where. These make great filler coins for beginning collectors. Red-brown, RB, worth $1 to $5, especially in extremely fine, EF40 to AU58 grades. Uncirculated, red, RD. Now we're talking collector value, MS65 RD. Philadelphia examples fetch $10-25. Denver and San Francisco coins in MS66 RD or higher can reach $50 100 plus, especially with flawless luster and strong strikes. Watch for rare varieties and errors. Repunched mint marks, RPMs, especially on Denver and San Francisco coins, where the mint mark was stamped more than once in slightly different positions. Die, cracks, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets. Rare, but some can sell for $100-300 depending on severity and condition. To get top value, submit high-grade coins to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Store in acid-free coin holders to protect the copper from oxidation. Avoid cleaning coins, as this reduces collector value. Outro. Call to action. 431 end. So, while the 1946 wheat penny might seem like a common post-war coin, the truth is that uncirculated versions, mint errors, and high-grade specimens can be real collector treasures. Whether it's a sharp S mint mark from San Francisco or a blazing red Denver cent, these coins continue to grow in appeal and value. Found a 1946 penny in your change or family stash? Share your find in the comments below. Subscribe for more deep dives into hidden coin wealth and history. And don't forget to check our next video, because your next coin could be a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Would you like this? Expanded into a 10-minute narration script or visual storyboard for YouTube editing? Here's a powerful, long-form YouTube script about the 1952 Liberty Wheat Penny, Lincoln Cent. Designed to engage collectors, coin enthusiasts, and casual viewers alike. This script includes full historical background, geography, circulation, uncirculated conditions, and a minimum of 5 mint or collectible traits. It's perfect for a 7 to 9 minute YouTube video for your channel. YouTube script title: 1952. Wheat penny value, rare errors, mint secrets, and why this coin still holds power. Intro, hook. What if I told you that a single copper penny from 1952 could connect you to America's post-war boom, hidden mint secrets, and possibly a rare collector's treasure? Yes, we're talking about the 1952 Liberty Wheat Penny. A small coin with a massive story. It may only be 1 cent, but some rare versions can command hundreds of dollars in today's market. Stay tuned, because we're about to uncover its complete history, where it was minted, how it circulated, and the valuable variations every collector should know. Part 1. Historical context. In 1952, the United States was riding a wave of post-World War II economic growth. President Harry Truman was leaving office, and the country was shifting from wartime production to peacetime prosperity. Amid all of this, the humble Lincoln wheat cent continued to be a symbol of national unity and progress. First introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the wheat penny featured Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner, and 2 stylized wheat ears on the back, symbolizing abundance. By 1952, this iconic coin had already been in circulation for over 4 decades and had seen the country through 2 world wars, the Great Depression, and now, a booming economy. Part 2. Geography and mint locations. The 1952 wheat penny was struck at 3 U.S. mint locations, each playing a unique role in distributing coins across the country. 1. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, main supplier to the eastern U.S. 2. Denver Mint, marked with a small D under the date. supplied coins to the Midwest and West. San Francisco Mint, marked with an S. These coins primarily went to the West Coast and Pacific regions. This means 1952 pennies traveled coast to coast, finding their way into lunch counters in New York, gas stations in Texas, and supermarkets in California. Part 3. Mintage figures and varieties. The 1952 wheat penny was produced in large numbers, but not all were created equal. 52. Philadelphia. 186,856,980. Coins 1952D. Denver. 746,130,000 coins. The highest of the year 1952S. San Francisco. 137,800,004 coins. That's over a billion wheat pennies minted in 1952 alone. However, only a small portion of those remain in uncirculated condition, and even fewer feature rare errors or mint anomalies. Part 4. Collectible traits. 5+, mint and error variations. Let's talk about the collector goldmine. 5 mint, or collectible traits that make 1952 wheat pennies stand out. 1952 DDRPM, repunched mint mark. A visible D punched twice, often slightly misaligned. Highly collectible. 1952 SSRPM. San Francisco Mint also had repunched mint marks, making for another variety. Die cracks and cuds. Coins with raised lines or lumps due to worn or damaged dies. These are error coins. 1952 Full Red. MS66 or higher. In uncirculated condition, coins with original reddish color can be worth 100+ 0.5s. Off-center strikes. These minting errors result in a misaligned design. 5-15% off-center is collectible. Over 50% with full date is rare and valuable. Bonus. Some collectors report struck-through grease errors, where debris causes part of the design to appear missing. Another quirky and valuable mint flaw. 5. Circulation and geographical impact. In 1952, pennies were still widely used for everyday purchases, candy, soda, newspapers, and circulated heavily across all 48 U.S. states. These coins were a workhorse of the American economy. As a result, most 1952 wheat pennies you'll find today are heavily worn, having spent decades moving from hand to hand. In circulation, they spread from San Francisco to Chicago to New York, and even made their way overseas in soldiers' pockets during the Korean War. Part 6. Uncirculated conditions and grading. Truly uncirculated 1952 wheat pennies, especially those graded MS65 or higher, are far more valuable than their worn-down counterparts. Collectors divide condition into color grades: red, RD, original mint color; most desirable, red-brown, RB, slight toning; medium value brown, BN; fully toned, common, and least valuable. Estimated prices in today's market: MS63, RD, red, $10 to $15 MES65, RD, $40 to $60 MES66 RD, or better, $100 to $300 depending on market demand. Major errors or RPMs can exceed $150–300 at auction-certified coins from PCGS or NGC, with rare errors can multiply in value quickly. Part 7. Market interest and modern value. While common 1952 cents may still turn up in pocket change or old jars, their true value lies in condition and rarity. A basic circulated 1952 penny might be worth just 2 to 5 cents, but one with a clear RPM or mint error could fetch 100+ from an eager collector. In auctions, a 1952 DRPM in MS65 red has sold for over $250. Always check for doubling, off-center, strikes or repunched mint marks, and never clean old pennies, as that destroys collector value. Part 8. Final thoughts and collector call. The 1952 wheat penny is more than a relic. It's a historical marker, a collectible curiosity, and possibly even a hidden jackpot. Whether it's a bright red uncirculated coin or a mysterious error with a repunched mint mark, this coin belongs in any serious Lincoln cent collection. So, dig through your change, check those old jars, and inspect every 1952